Hello, second graders. Yesterday, you should have listened to me read Big Red Lollipop as part of our read aloud for Wednesday. Today, we are going to be talking about our comprehension strategy with this story, which this week our comprehension strategy is characters, settings, and events. So, identifying who the characters are, where the story is taking place, and what is happening or what are the actions in the story. To remind ourselves, this is a realistic fiction story, which means the characters are made up, but they could be real in real life. And this story has a beginning, a middle, and an end. So we will work together today to determine the character setting and events for the beginning of the story, the middle of the story, and the end of the story. This is one more reminder about our comprehension skill. A character is a person or animal in a story. The setting of a story tells when and where a story takes place, and the events are what happens. For this activity, you will need your composition notebook and a pencil. If you do not have them now, please pause this video and go get them from your banker box. Turn to the next clean sheet in your composition notebook, and I would like you to set up your page just as mine is. I have the title of the page as Character, Setting, and Events. Today's date, October 8th, 2020. The title of the book, Big Red Lollipop. And then you can see I drew a table. At the top of my table, I labeled each column. The first column is labeled with a C for character. The second column is labeled with an S for setting. And the final column is labeled with an E for events. I chose to just do the first letter of each word because I knew you would have just written character, setting, and events out at the top, and this is to save you some time. You can see that I have 3 rows, a section for beginning, middle, and end. I am not going to reread the entire story right now, as you should have listened to the entire story yesterday. We are just going to review by looking at the pictures and reminding ourselves of what happened in the story. I will be pausing at the beginning, middle, and end to check in and see who our characters are, where they are, and what they are doing. If you need time, which you probably will, just pause this video to fill out your paper and follow along with me as we go. If your handwriting is larger than mine, and it probably is, you can always make your table go on to the next page. If you feel like you need more room and the boxes that are on my paper are not big enough for your handwriting, you can choose to make your table bigger. As a reminder, I see the first page of this book, Rubina, we found out was her name as we read later on in the story. Rubina, the main character, comes home from school so excited because she was invited to a birthday party. And when she talked to her mom about it, her mom, Ami, said that she had to take her younger sister, Sana. And I can see by the illustrations in this story that Rubina is not happy about it. You can see that she's thinking about what her friends will think of her if she has to bring her little sister. She seems pretty upset. So this is what happened at the beginning of the story. Let's turn to our composition notebook and think about who were the characters, where were they, and what was happening. The characters at the beginning of the story were Rubina, Sana, which is her sister, and Ami, her mom. So you can see I listed the 3 characters' names in the first box under character. For setting, which is where the story is taking place, it's happening at Rubina's house. They are at home. All right. So you can copy what I wrote. I wrote Rubina's house. You could also say the family's home. It is up to you as long as you are being clear about where they are. The event is that Ami tells Rubina she has to take Sana to the party. That is the action at the beginning of the story. Now, if you need time to write out these sentences and fill in the boxes, please pause the video and wait to go on until you have finished the first character setting and events. Next, as we move further into the story, Rubina does take Sana to the party, and you can tell from the events that we read and the pictures that it did not go well. We also know that they each got a party bag or party favor at the end, and Sana ate her red lollipop right away, used up all her toys, but Rubina chose to save hers. And we all know what happened then. Sana woke up early and ate Rubina's big red lollipop that she had been saving especially for the next day. And she was very angry and very upset. So, since this is the middle of the story, it's time for us to fill out our characters, our setting, and our events for the actions that are happening right now. As you look at this page, what do you see? I see Rubina really angry, and I see Sana's feet coming out of the edge of the book that she is kind of running away from her sister. And so I'm thinking that the characters are Rubina and Sana. Where's the location? Well, right now they're actually in their house still. If you want to be more specific, I see there is a refrigerator. What room in the house might they be in right now? Well, I know that they might be in the kitchen because refrigerators are often in the kitchen. And the action is that Sana has just eaten Rubina's big red lollipop. And she's angry. Rubina is upset. All right? So get ready, get your composition notebook out to fill in our table for character, setting, and events for the middle part of the story. You can see I included the two characters from the middle of the story, which are Rubina and Sana. The setting, I said the family's home, but in the previous slide, you also heard me talk about that they were in the kitchen. So it is up to you to decide how specific you would like to be for the setting for this option. You can either choose that they're at their house, or you can be more specific and say they're in their kitchen. And the event is that Sana ate Rubina's lollipop. That was kind of the main problem in this story. Again, you may pause now to fill in your character setting and events and wait to move on until you are ready. So we know what happens next. Rubina chases Sana around the house because she is so upset that her sister took her party favor. After some time has passed, Sana is a little older. You can tell because the little sister has gotten older as well if you look at the pictures. And finally, it's Sana's turn to be invited to a birthday party. And this time, Ami, their mom, says that Sana must bring their other younger sister to the party, Miriam. And I think that Sana is not very happy about that. But here I see that Rubina is remembering what it was like after the party and how her friends weren't as nice to her after the party. So she's trying to convince Ami that Sana should not have to bring Miriam to the party. And so that brings us to close to the end of the story, and we will pick up with who are the characters, what is the setting, and the events. Well, we know that Sana brought home an invitation to a birthday party to tell Ami, and Ami said that she must bring Miriam to the party. The setting is still at their home. That has not changed for the entire story. And so, for the event, I wrote, Sana is invited to a party. Ami says she must bring Miriam. So now it's your time to fill out your final row for character, setting, and events. Be sure to remember this comprehension skill as you read your own stories throughout the week, keeping track of who the characters are, where the story is taking place, and the important events in the story. Following these 3 categories can help you better understand the stories that you are reading. Good luck, second graders.